Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys in the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. We had a major reaction to the downside yesterday after digesting Powell that we had from the day before after a gap up in pre-market. So our question was if we're going to continue on below the lows that we had of the year. And as you guys can see, we did come down right above our lows of the year at 387 in pre-market, and we had a slight gap down, and then we did consolidate throughout the day. So our question is if we're going to continue on with this consolidation to the upside, or if we are going to continue lower like we have been in the market and continue on below 385, our lows of the year. I'm going to go over the larger time frames with you guys. Now, before I jump into this, all I ask in return is you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates on potential breakouts that we mention every single day throughout the week. And again, if you guys are day traders or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts, we mention pre-market news before market open every single day. Any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. We have been following our channel here. We had a bounce exactly on the lower end of our channel, and our question was if we were going to continue on into lower lows here at 385, or if we are going to continue on a bounce. So I'm going to go over and update you guys on all of these indicators that we have been tracking for that momentum. So again, if we do drop down below 385, we have our two levels that we have been tracking here at 350 and 340. If we do drop down below this channel again, we could continue on down, even possibly have a flash crash. I definitely would be careful. That's why we're going to keep 385 on watch. But again, we are still coming down, and we still have the lower end of our channel to still test. And if we do get down below 385, we could possibly even get a rejection to the downside and possibly bounce from there if we drop just down below 385 and we hit the lower end of our channel here. So we're going to be careful. We're going to look for that increase in sell volume if we do continue on lower. But one thing to consider is that we do have that decrease in sell volume that we had compared to yesterday. That did show us a decrease in momentum to the downside because, again, we came down to revisit those lows in pre-market today at 387, and our lows of the year is at 385. So we're going to keep an eye on this to make sure we are careful. If we do continue on lower, just staying patient, letting the discounts come to us. If we do continue on higher here, then we will have more intraday plays. Now, looking at our 20-day moving average, we still do have our 20 crossing below our 50. This typically does show a lot of bearish momentum because we are not jumping back over our 20. We are continuously respecting it to the downside and getting rejections every time that Powell does speak. So I'm going to jump into the MACD here. This does represent our pressure. As you guys can see, we did mention our bounce at that 385 level on the lower end of our channel because we did have our curl here on our EMA lines. We were looking to see if we can cross with our EMA lines here to give us more bullish momentum. As you guys can see, we are now curling down. That does show us that we could continue on lower. We're going to be careful. And looking at our RSI as far as overbought and oversold and how strong our relative strength looks like, as you guys can see, we are pointing down like we were yesterday, and we are continuously pointing down. It does not mean that we can't start to point up and then continue on higher, which in my opinion would be more confirmation if we did jump above our double top that we had here on the RSI. That did give us that pullback. So we're going to keep an eye on this to see if we do get more confirmation on strength to the upside. And we are going to keep an eye on if we do continue on below our 30 RSI. If we do get back into oversold territory, that does show us again that we do have room to run to the downside. With these indicators pointing down on our RSI and our MACD with our EMA lines pointing down, we have to be extra careful because we could continue on lower. However, if we do get a bounce, we will be looking to see if we can at least jump back over 405, and then our 415 level would give us that possible chance again to possibly test the upper end of our channel here. So we'll keep these levels on the watch again: 405, 415, 430, like we mentioned yesterday, and then our 385 level again, looking to see if we are going to continue on into lower lows. Now, I wanted to recap with you guys on our Bollinger Bands. We have been tracking the lower end of our Bollinger Band as a possible decompression or compression. As you guys can see, we had a slight bounce on our Bollinger Band, looking to see if we can get that consolidation and possibly curl up here to find the bottom. But if we do not curl up here and we do continue to curl down, as we did get a slight curl back today, then we could continue on with that decompression to the downside, which very much would show that continuation on lower, as we do have our 20 below our 50. This would be exactly what we're looking for a break to the upside. So that could be possibly that break to the downside. We're going to be careful going into next week. Again, we do have Fed minutes coming in on Wednesday, so we are leading into Fed minutes as we do have a lot of fear in the market. The question will continue to be which level do we hold and continue to respect. So we're going to stay patient here, wait for these signals to give us that bullish momentum. If we do continue on lower, we definitely don't want to be in the middle of that, so that's why we are going to be careful. So just staying patient, letting the plays come to us, and making sure that we do stay focused on levels and volume. Now again, if you guys are day traders or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts, I know the market has been very choppy. Most most breakouts have been pre-market news and open. We mentioned pre-market news before market open every single day, just like we had here with NURO. We had a major spike in pre-market, and then we did consolidate, and then we broke into newer highs, and then we broke into newer highs again here. See, with our EV line still holding above our MACD, which did show us that we still could continue, and we did continue at the end of the day. So again, just staying patient, letting these plays come to us. Just stay focused on these breaks. Again, as you guys can see, we had a lot of consolidation after a break from pre-market. There was a lot of these. The question was which exactly one is going to break the best. As you guys can see, we had our increase on our MACD, breaking above all of our previous points that we had on the day, giving us a nice confirmation on a nice break here, and that was very much a confirmation on a continuation on higher today, as we did have our 20 crossing back over our 50 as well. We had our 20 over our 50 for most of the day. We did cross down below, but when we did cross back over, that is when I alerted this one breaking into newer highs, and then sure enough having a continuation here at the end of the day. And again, all of you instables that come over every single day and support the channel, I appreciate every one of you guys. We're going to continue to stay patient, let these plays come to us. Again, a lot of consolidation after a pre-market break, a nice confirmation play with our MACD breaking above our previous buy pressure points. A very simple play in my opinion, and just staying focused on our MACDs, on our volume, on our levels, just letting these plays come to us, and very simple plays. Selling the rip is exactly what I do. This is not financial advice. This is only what I would do every single time that you play into an intraday play. At least take profits on the rips. There's no reason to hold into the rips because there will be pullbacks and you will be waiting for another rip. And in this market, you very much want to take profits at any rip. You'll see any day trader tell you that if they really know what they're talking about, of course. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.